Jonah is a prophet. In Jonah's day, a prophet was a person who heard a word from God for people and gave that message to them. God told Jonah to go to the great city of Nineveh and share with them the gospel of repentance. Jonah tried to run from God and jumped on a ship going away from Nineveh. God caused a huge storm to hit the sea, and the ship was tossed back and forth. The crew of the ship frantically threw cargo overboard to keep the boat afloat. In their panic, they each prayed to whatever god they worshipped and asked for salvation. Then the captain saw that Jonah wasn't praying. "Call on your God," the captain said. "Perhaps your God will spare us." Then the crew discovered that it was Jonah's disobedience that caused the storm. "What have you done?" the crew exclaimed. "You've ruined us." "Throw me into the sea," said Jonah. "Then the sea will quiet down for you." They begged God's mercy and understanding as they took Jonah's advice and threw him to the sea. Immediately, the sea was calm. Then the men on the ship feared the Lord and committed their lives to God. Meanwhile, God sent a large fish to swallow up Jonah. He spent 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of that fish. Jonah then prayed to God from the fish's belly. "In my misery, I'll pray to the Lord," he said. "Those who worship idols forsake God, but I will worship the Lord." Then God spoke to the fish, and the fish spat Jonah up on dry land. Once again, God told Jonah to go to Nineveh and proclaim the gospel. So Jonah went to Nineveh. But rather than preach the good news, he walked into the middle of the city and shouted, "In 40 days Nineveh will be destroyed." Despite his inconsiderate and prideful approach, the people of Nineveh heard Jonah's words and believed in God. The king of the city ordered everyone to beg God for mercy and to turn away from their life of evil and violence. "Maybe God will relent and not destroy us after all," the king cried to his people. When God saw all of this, God chose not to destroy the city. "I knew it!" Jonah exclaimed to God. "I knew that you are merciful and abounding in steadfast love. I knew that you would relent from punishing Nineveh." "You might as well just kill me," Jonah said to God. "I'd rather be dead than live with this." "Is it right for you to be angry?" God asked. Jonah stormed out of the city. He threw together a makeshift shelter to see what would become of the city, and there he waited, fuming with anger and baking under the hot sun. God caused a tree to grow up over Jonah and give him shade. Jonah was happy about the tree. When the dawn came the next day, God caused a worm to attack the tree and kill it. As the sun beat down on Jonah's head, he felt faint and wished he was dead. "You might as well just kill me," Jonah said to God. "I'd rather be dead than live with this." "Is it right for you to be angry about the bush?" God asked. "Yes," Jonah cried, "angry enough to die." "Jonah," God said, "you are concerned about the bush for which you did not labor. It came in a night and left in a night. Should I not be concerned about Nineveh, that great city and all the hundreds of thousands of living things within its walls who truly did not know any better?"